Hello folks, this is the 40th of my 2020 Vision Challenges as initiated by Pixie Post, and I'm standing, I don't know if I can reverse the direction of the video, I'll just turn around. I'm standing by the river where I come along for my walk to, when I'm going to Yamaya. I've just done some shopping at another supermarket called Fukuya. I picked up some English tea bags and some baking potatoes and something else. What was the other thing I picked up? I forget. Something essential. Oh yeah, 2 tins of tomatoes, that's right. So those will go into my stockpile, and the potatoes I will bake tonight, and the tea will also go into the stockpile. So there we are. And here I am outside a school on my way to Yamaya, and there's a nice row of cherry trees blossoming behind me and the beautiful river on the other side. And there's lots of wildlife in there, as I've said before, lots of ducks and stuff like that. Anyway, the reason why I want to make this video is I'm heading to Yamaya to stock up on supplies just in case there's a lockdown. But I think that's just a pretext for going out on a nice walk on a spring day if one does need a pretext. In my case, I usually need a pretext. I'm not likely to just go wandering when there's so much I could be getting on with at home. There's a chap way over there practicing his saxophone or trumpet or something. It's a trumpet, isn't it? Yeah, it's a trumpet. Or is it a saxophone? Anyway, whatever he's doing, I don't know if you can probably see a little stick figure just there on the other side over there, practicing his instrument. And yes, so this is a pretext for a lovely spring walk to go and stock up on supplies against an impending lockdown or a sudden panic which could strike at any moment. But the reason why I'm doing it, one motivation behind it is a book I've been reading by an excellent writer and thinker and active personage whose name is Nassim Nicholas Taleb. I first read his book Skin in the Game, and I'm now reading and listening to on Audible, and also have the paperback copy of Antifragile. Now, Antifragile is a very timely book to be reading in this period. Perhaps reading it last year would have been better, so you could have made better preparations. But the idea of Antifragile is that there are three cases. 2 we kind of know about, and the third is his insight. The first case is the fragile case, you know, like a china plate. You can't throw it around too much. It has a purpose, but beyond that, it could easily break. And many people have found themselves in a fragile situation with the sudden loss of work and stuff like that with the present crisis. Then there is a second case, which is robustness, where you are prepared against these disasters and you can survive. I can liken it to a sort of heavy wooden table, the kind of table you can hide under in an earthquake that won't break if the whole house falls onto it or something like that. That is robustness, and robust is good. But what Taleb has to offer us is his insight that anti-fragile is the best state of all. And anti-fragile is the case where when disasters and things like that strike, we are not only prepared and robust, but we can also learn and improve from those situations. And it's thinking about his book, which I'd like to recommend to anybody, that I started to put into practice some of his teachings. And he's very practical minded. He doesn't come, he's an academic in one sense, but he has a very practical background, and he puts that to use. He's rather contemptuous of the academic types who he calls IYIs or fragilistas, IYI being intellectual yet idiot, which has ruffled a few feathers, I don't doubt. But one of his examples of being anti-fragile is to stock up on tins of spam and corned beef and goods like that, and also have a large stockpile of cash, so that if and when a catastrophe happens or a crisis, you are well prepared. And so it's in that spirit actually that I'm going to Yamaya to stock up but it's also a nice pretext for a lovely spring walk. Okay folks, so let me go and attend to my stockpile in the spirit of Nassim Nicholas Taleb and his Antifragile. That's all from me for today. David Hurley of davidhurley.net and elitedownlinebuilder.com.